Good evening, viewers. Coming in from Shillong studio of Dudarshan Meghalaya, we bring to you today's news edition. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the headlines. Meghalaya Governor C.H. Vijay Shankar launches digital portal for Census 2027. Census exercise begins in state with first self-enumeration by Governor and Chief Minister. SSA teachers felicitate government over new pay framework in Meghalaya. CM assures continued reforms for education sector. Chief Minister Conrad Sangma launches welfare schemes for construction workers on International Workers' Day celebration. And FIFA confirms Iran will play World Cup matches in United States. The news in detail. First, the local news. Meghalaya Governor C.H. Vijay Shankar today launched an online portal for registration under the Census of India 2027, marking the formal rollout of the census exercise in the state. The governor also completed his self-enumeration under Phase 1 at Lok Bhavan, becoming the first person in the state to register himself and his family on the portal. Officials from the Directorate of Census Operations were present on the occasion. With the portal now live, the census process has officially begun in the state from today, that is 1st May 2026. The exercise will include door-to-door enumeration using mobile applications, while data submitted through self-enumeration will be verified during field visits. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma today also participated in the self-enumeration process for India's fully digital Census 2027.
So in this one, only my family, right? Yes. Sure. Yeah. And then when the enumerators come, then you can just simply give them this number and half the work is done already.
I am pleased to inform that the self-enumeration process for housing census and housing listing 2027 has begun in Meghalaya from 1st May 2026. I urge all residents of Meghalaya to participate actively and provide accurate and honest information. This exercise is vital for effective planning, better governance, and inclusive development. I also request everyone to extend full cooperation to enumerators during the upcoming house listing. Let us all contribute towards building a strong and more progressive Meghalaya. This exercise is vital for effective planning, better governance, and inclusive development. I also request everyone to extend full cooperation to the enumerators during the upcoming house listing. Let us all contribute towards building a stronger and more progressive Meghalaya.
The Meghalaya SSA Schools Association and Meghalaya Fourth Teachers Association today organized a felicitation program to honor the state government for introducing the structured pay framework for SSA and fourth teachers. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma said the new pay structure aims to improve service conditions and ensure financial security for thousands of teachers, acknowledging their long-standing demands and contributions. He reiterated the government's commitment to addressing pending issues through dialogue and emphasized that education remains a top priority with focus on students' welfare and overall sectoral improvement. The program was attended by senior ministers, officials, and members of the teaching community.
This is maybe one of the most satisfying days in the last many years of working for the people and serving the people. Because it is days like these that we work towards and we strive towards. All the pressure we take every single day from early morning to late night is to be able to do something good for our people. I have always believed that the greatest satisfaction for me is to be able to bring a smile to my people's face. And today there are 23,000 smiles, and the family members put together maybe about 1 lakh smiles are there today. And of course, the students, if they put them together, there'll be many, many lakh smiles that we are being able to achieve.
Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma, along with Labour Minister Methodius Dakhar, launched a series of welfare initiatives for construction workers in Meghalaya on the occasion of International Workers' Day, held in Shillong today. Key initiatives launched today include Rs 5,000 financial support under CM Light, a startup toolkit scheme for self-employment, and an Able for educational support to workers' children. The government also introduced the Build scheme for infrastructure development and a digital labour chalk app to connect workers with schemes and job opportunities. In addition, central social security schemes such as PMSYM, PMJJBY and PMSBY will be extended with premiums covered by the board. The initiatives aims to ensure social security, dignity of labour and inclusive growth for workers and their families.
Not think goodbye in all these kids.
As correctly mentioned by our Principal Secretary, that we have not had this program for many years. We may have had it in small bits and pieces in different parts of the state or different programs in a much smaller scale. But this is for the first time that we are celebrating our workers at different levels on this very, very important day. And the reason is Kinong Bila Kidei Kipaya Jongkachila.
Lok Bhavan Shillong today hosted a special program marking the foundation and statehood day of Himachal Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra at the Dorbar Hall. The event was attended by officials, students and distinguished guests with cultural performances showcasing traditions of the three states. Meghalaya Governor C.H. Vijay Shankar extended his greetings and highlighted the rich heritage and contributions of the states to the nation. He added that India's strength lies in its unity in diversity and conveyed his best wishes for the continued peace and prosperity of the three states.
And work with us across the country are celebrating the Maharashtra.
Today we gather here to celebrate the spirit, values and contribution which Himachal Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra have brought to our great nation. These three states share a common spirit of hard work, patriotism and commitment to the nation building. They remind us that India's strength lies in the contribution of every region, every community and every citizen. I extend my heartfelt greetings to the people of Himachal Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra continue peace, prosperity and progress.
Despite being one of the wettest regions on earth, Meghalaya continues to retain less than 2% of its annual rainfall. In response, the state government has stepped up efforts to improve rainwater conservation. The focus is now on ground-level strategies such as trenching, afforestation and long-term ecological restoration to enhance soil absorption and recharge natural water systems. Speaking to our reporter, Public Health Engineering Minister Marcus and Marak said the approach aims to catch the rain where it falls through sustainable interventions across the state.
Rejuvenation of the streams, rivers is not a short-term measures. So Government of India also stresses for the to catch the rain where it falls. We are creating trenches also. That is also helping a lot, because the moment the rains come in, it goes inside the trenches and it soaks in the soil inside.
The government has intensified district-level monitoring of Jal Jeevan Mission 2.0 following a high-level review with deputy commissioners of all 12 districts. PHE Minister Marcus and Marak directed officials to ensure functionality, accountability and community ownership of rural water supply schemes while highlighting gaps between infrastructure creation and actual service delivery. Deputy Commissioners have been asked to hold monthly District Water and Sanitation Committee meetings and upload reports on the IMIS portal for real-time monitoring. The state is also rolling out Jal Seva Angkalan as a district-level audit mechanism involving grassroots institutions. The review noted that infrastructure ID creation is in advanced stages, covering thousands of habitations with only a small number of IDS pending.
With regard to the implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission 2.0, now Government of India has so many, necessary steps which needs to be, addressed in the district level and grassroots level as well. So today I had a meeting with all the DCs of the state over video conferencing. So I just concluded that meeting. I came back. So with regard to rural pipe water supply scheme, the Government of India has mandated that ID has to be generated for that matter also. Department has already created ID for out village infrastructure. 1,931 IDs have covered for 6,772 habitations. And 51 ID, that is out village infrastructure, 51 IDs is still pending. But in village infrastructure is also there, for which 1,570 IDs have already covered, and for that 2,500 habitations have been finalized, leaving just 89 IDs in draft level. So these strategies are being done.
Nongpo MLA Miralbon's aim has inaugurated a yarn bank at Umkon village in Ribhoi district to support eri silk farmers and traditional weavers. The facility, set up under the Meghalaya Basin Management Agency, will function as a collection and storage center for Rindia yarn, helping producers improve marketing and income opportunities. Developed under the MEGHALAYA scheme with additional support from the Focus initiative, the yarn bank aims to strengthen the local weaving sector and sustain traditional livelihoods. Speaking at the event, the MLA highlighted the cultural significance of Rindia and noted that Umden Diwan has been recognized as an eri silk village with a GI tag for its products. He also announced plans for a new craft village project in the area.
Jadi bersang mereka kenal MLA kumno ban pentikna ba ka right on through. Kemudian kumka headquarter but in itu ika kumka eri silk village. Bala itu ika haka kaar trik jong u February jong Islam ada kuwait. officially ba order jong governor kan notification ke belami ba latip ba karat nang tu kum kecnong tu sai dia maka karat nang tu kalau sibun kisnong kani kum kuat bagi gawe ka ba kecnong ka ba hapo jong karat nang tu ba ki jing persiang jong ki nongkin ki jong ni mensua ban penek pensa ya kene ke ba ni than ya ki jang rendia ki aims and objective ki jong aku yang beli kalau ba ya penting kena bahkan ni ka kam bandri yuk yang bentir ban airong hadu kothan kadai ban nangkiu kadai ban long kawai lagi kam ki ba ki nong song chnong kin la ban kinja na gani kalau mung ka piang cha ban kamai ban keci ban muta dokter.
The Women Organization of Ribhoi District has expressed serious concern over a reported incident in Ribhoi District where a newborn was allegedly buried alive by its mother. Organization President Mirajun Mersing visited the mother at Civil Hospital Nongpo where she is undergoing treatment. The infant, however, remains under medical care and could not be accessed. The organization condemned the incident, calling it unacceptable and provided counseling and emotional support to the mother. It also appealed to the community to support those in distress and reaffirmed its commitment to assisting women and mothers across the district.
Ila dan hapadeng ka net ka basat ka bakalan wat lada kam dadi shis pa pesan makanaru ngai ila lat ya kijingna bat shu khliat ha ka bedi bad kulung ila kwa mo ila persak bani oleh PGI ngai ikulung bidang dan hapo SMCU kam be ka jaka ha ka bani la balik PGI bat lungba ka cingfun bat imatron ibadai peg hang ni hapo hospital ni semua tu bai kulung ila long stable mental. Jena kalian kejani, kum bisa long kini, but kum kikan kai. Kami hidup dah kecing susi, bani i kum kini kecing ja. Kam tam ha kabani juang ba, kajaka la ne kari bani ni song kari kasi ba i kejani, katam riboy kejani, kadai kari jong ka akor keburam, kari tip bru tip belai. Ini susi bukum kini kejing ja kijah po kidong kithan kejani. Jena kalian kejani ni siang ban ong, ba ni kenturu, la kidai kilong kini la ne la da kidai kisamla. Bahaswa bakin sini kum kini kisian jam, lalu bakin le ikino kini kikam, bakin daya perkat bah, om bakin le shell kerki, lamar bah kum kini ki jingja basusi, kalong ru, kabakin susi ya ublay undai daya kibreu, bat kawan raru ya jingja burom, hakabiya dai hayir kesam, lalu ya kesnong katau, badia kadang katani barok kawai.
The Jaintia National Council has lodged a complaint with the Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board over the proposed public hearing for Sri Cement's project in Nongkle, scheduled for 22nd May. JNC President Sambor Milingdo said the organization is not opposed to development, but raised concerns over alleged discrepancies in the Environmental Impact Assessment report. The council also alleged that the EIA report lacks an approved mining plan and raised concerns over the project's proximity to the Saipung Reserve Forest, along with an outdated disaster management plan. The JNC has urged the government to review the process and sought clarification from the Chief Minister.
Nakaliang jongi ka Jaintia National Council ngila pha ya ka jingtho ka jongi shaka Meghalaya Pollution State Control Board halar ka jinglap ka jongi ba kibun kene ka hapo ka EIA report jong kene ka Sri Cement nak benta ban pelong ka public hearing ha by day bat ka mining ka jong ka bahe adu ars pa khanyo hektar tangi kentu ya ka sarkar bakan la EIA halar kene bat kentu lagi pada bakin perkat seni haswa bakin data dor ya ka kendeu ka jong ki khamtam kuma kini ki por baka company ka thet ya kani ka kendeu.
A pre-monsoon mock drill on dam safety and flood preparedness was conducted yesterday in Ribhoi district to train residents on emergency response during flood situations. The exercise, organized by the Meghalaya Power Generation Corporation Limited in collaboration with the District Disaster Management Authority, began at the Umyam Dam with a simulated release of excess water. Sirens were sounded in advance to alert nearby residents. A second phase at Umdan Arka simulated flood scenarios, with rescue teams including SDRF, Civil Defence and Home Guards demonstrating evacuation and life-saving operations. Injured victims were transported to medical facilities as part of the drill. In a boost to education in Ribhoi district, the district administration has signed a memorandum of agreement with NTPC Limited Bongaigaon to establish STEM labs in government schools. The agreement signed in Nongpo aims to set up STEM laboratories in 27 schools to strengthen learning in science, technology, engineering and mathematics. The project is being funded under NTPC's CSR initiative with a financial outlay of Rs 148.50 lakh. Deputy Commissioner Abhilash Bharanwal said the initiative will enhance practical learning and create better academic opportunities for students across the district.
Today we signed an MOU with NTPC Bongaigaon for setting up 27 STEM labs, science, technology, engineering and mathematics labs across 27 different schools of Ribhoi. These will be secondary, higher secondary schools. Ribhoi being an aspirational district, whenever we approach central government companies for any CSR help, especially in fields of health and education, they are more than responsive. We are very thankful to NTPC for generosity.
The office of the SAME of Hima Nongspung today held a Dorbar Hima at Warmausau village to discuss issues arising from alleged encroachment by Assam into villages under its jurisdiction. The meeting was attended by KHADC executive members including Powell Soklet and Denzel R. Chen, along with MDC Eddie Khar Umnot, Hima Nongspung representatives and local residents. Speaking at the gathering, KHADC executive member Powell Soklet stated that traditional institutions must function within the framework of the 6th schedule, while acting SAME C. Rani stressed the need to empower villages for better governance and to safeguard land from external pressures.
Kawai dikedan kaum bayi di mulut dijaga jarak, suaban Aisyah sorga, dengan Aisyah itu bikin company dan Aisyah itu bikin juga kam. Kerana beliau jumpa dan beliau NOC nak kasi concert.
To help students make informed academic and career choices, the Office of the Deputy Commissioner West Jaintia Hills District today organized an admission and job fair in Jowai at the District Library Auditorium. The event was conducted in collaboration with Admission Abroad, Admission India and Bold Move. In the fair, the students interacted with representatives from educational institutions and recruiters, gaining insights into academic opportunities and career pathways. A large number of students attended and benefited from the program. Now for the national news. On the occasion of Buddha Purnima, Union Home Minister Amit Shah today inaugurated the Sacred Holy Relics exposition of Gautama Buddha at Jivatsal in Leh. Extending greetings to the people of Ladakh, the Home Minister said the relics have arrived in the region after 75 years, calling it a historic and spiritual occasion. He noted that Lord Buddha's teachings remain relevant even today and expressed hope that people of all faiths will draw inspiration from the relics. This is the first time that these sacred relics have been taken out of their permanent location for an exhibition within the country. The sacred exposition of the holy relics of Tathagata Buddha is being organized in Ladakh from today till 14th May.
आज ये पवित्र अवशेष यहाँ पर आए हैं, तब मैं एक बात कहना चाहता हूं। महायान बौद्ध साहित्य में कहा गया है, पवित्र अवशेषों का दर्शन करने का सौभाग्य जब मिलता है, तब बुद्ध का ही दर्शन करने का सौभाग्य मिलता है। और आज
Let's now take a look at the top story in international news. Direct commercial flights between the United States and Venezuela have resumed after a 7-year gap, marking a major step in restoring aviation links between the two countries. An American Airlines flight from Miami landed in Caracas, the first since 2019 when flights were suspended due to security concerns. Officials said the restart follows improved aviation safety conditions and is part of broader efforts to normalize relations, boosting economic activity and people-to-people connectivity. The airline will initially operate daily flights, with plans to add a second service from 21st May. And in sports. FIFA President Gianni Infantino has confirmed that Iran will participate in the FIFA World Cup 2026 and play matches in the United States despite an ongoing geopolitical tensions. Speaking at the FIFA Congress in Vancouver, Infantino said football must promote unity, rejecting Iran's request for alternative venues. It may be mentioned here that Iran has already qualified for the tournament, which will be co-hosted by the United States, Mexico and Canada, and will feature 48 teams. The District Sports Office, in collaboration with the East Jantia District Sports Association, is hosting the Inter-School Athletic Meet 2026 in East Jantia Hills District. The 3-day event, being held at Tailang Pawa Playground, has drawn participation from 29 schools with a total of 773 athletes competing across various track and field events. District Athletic Sports coach Pleasant Sinha said the initiative is supported by the Directorate of Sports and Youth Affairs, is being conducted across all districts with selected athletes advancing to the state level. Competitions include races, relays, throws, jumps and triathlon events with strong participation reflecting growing interest in athletics. Now for the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report for Tura. Minimum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature of 27 degrees Celsius were recorded today. The relative humidity is 72% and rainfall 8 millimeters. Moving on to Shillong, 14 degrees Celsius of minimum temperature, 21 degrees Celsius of maximum temperature and relative humidity of 74% were recorded. Also rainfall 4.7 millimeters. Meanwhile, in July, minimum temperature 14 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 20 degrees Celsius, relative humidity is 78% and rainfall 2.3 millimeters. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Juwai says generally cloudy sky with moderate rain is most likely to occur in many places. Before winding up this news bulletin, a quick look at the headlines once again. Meghalaya Governor C.H. Vijay Shankar launches digital portal for Census 2027. Census exercise begins in state with first itself enumeration by Governor and Chief Minister. SSA teachers felicitate government over new pay framework in Meghalaya. CM assures continued reforms for education sector. Chief Minister Conrad Sangma launches welfare schemes for construction workers on International Workers' Day celebration. And FIFA confirms Iran will play World Cup matches in United States. And that's all we have for you in this news bulletin. Thank you for watching.
करुणा, सेवा और त्याग की शक्ति दिखाने वाले महामानव भगवान बुद्ध की धरती है, जिन्होंने विश्व भर में लाखों लोगों का मार्गदर्शन किया। ये बुद्ध पूर्णिमा